What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I will discuss this Saturday's fight between Terrance McKinney versus Chris Duncan, UFC 323. But guys, before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. We got a fun one, man. Terrance McKinney, Chris Duncan. I mean, someone's getting finished in this fight, right? You have Terrance, who's a do-or-die fighter. You know, one of the most explosive first-round fighters that the UFC's seen in a long time. The guy, I mean, explosive wrestling, heavy hands, one-shot knockout power, has the ability to get his opponent down to the ground, find submissions as well. He can really do it all, but he likes to take risks, right? What he does to kind of get these finishes leaves a lot of openings and holes for his opponents who, sometimes who can be equally explosive can capitalize off of. And we've seen him get flatlined before. We saw him lose to Drew Dober, Ishmael Bonfim, and, we've seen it not go his way sometimes. But, I mean, that's kind of when we've seen him not fight so smart. His last two fights where he beat Slava Claus, and I forgot the guy before him, but really just didn't waste any time. And just what I liked was that he was able to utilize his grappling. He is, he has the wrestling background. Michael Chiesa was his high school coach, right? So, to see him kind of go back to his roots and use kind of because a lot of these guys who are wrestlers but also have the power, they fall in love with the power, and then they kind of lose kind of what got them to the dance. They kind of forget about that. So to see Terrance kind of go back to his roots and kind of get back to kind of what got him to the dance in the first place, because your wrestling opens up those heavy hands as well. It's good to see him kind of get back on track. And going against a guy like Chris Duncan, where, I mean, this guy, he can kind of get it done everywhere. He's confident. He has good defense. He doesn't, in the sense where he keeps his chin tucked, tight stance, doesn't always really move his head. He kind of has bad head movement, but heavy-handed, stiff puncher, strong as fuck, physical. He'll meet his opponent in the middle. He had one of my all-time favorite fights, his fight with Charlie Campbell for the Contender Series, his fight that he got the UFC contract for. Go back and watch that. Him versus Charlie Campbell, one of my favorite fights of all time. It's not because of it was just so just an amazing fight for as quick as it lasted. But here with Chris Duncan, I mean, he can get submissions, good guillotines. He's strong as fuck. We saw him lose to Manuel Torres, where he ended up getting subbed in that fight. That's a fighter that we'll be talking about in a different video a little later. But, Chris, he seems to be getting better and better. You have Terrance, who's wild as fuck. I see Terrance clipping Chris, but I see Chris weathering a storm and clipping Terrance when he starts to fade if he doesn't get that first round finish, or maybe the first 3.5 minutes, because Terrance does have a habit of fading if he's not able to find that finish. Very explosive guy, right? I think I'm going to pick Chris Duncan in this fight. I'm just a fan, so I guess biasly I'm picking Chris Duncan. I just, I want to see him get his hand raised in this fight, as good as Terrance is. I think, if Chris can weather that storm, I think that we'll see him be able to turn that tide. Yeah. But guys, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the fight. Do you guys have Terrance? Do you guys have Chris? Love to hear your guys' thoughts. That's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.